When scientific research first showed that sea levels were rising on the Florida coast, a lot of people viewed it as not a now problem. Not anymore. Miami Beach has already taken on a $40 million project to raise a roadway. The state government just agreed to spend hundreds of millions more in taxpayer dollars to keep Florida from losing hundreds of miles of critical highways and more. And as the sea rises, our neighborhood streets won't be spared either.
The reality is not creeping up on people, it's washing up on people.
The ocean that attracts us and keeps us here in South Florida is coming for us. The sea is steadily, methodically rising. Streets that flood when the high tides and heavy rains come in late summer may be lost to the sea forever without aggressive action.
Something like 450 miles of road would be compromised by 2040.
Dr. Leonard Berry led the study 10 years ago by Florida Atlantic University to project the loss of major roads, highways, and railways to the rising sea, 2 to 3 feet by mid-century.
It went over with a dull thud, I think.
But times change. The governor just signed 2 bills devoting millions of dollars to combat rising sea levels.
To make a pun, there's been a semi-sea change in the last year or so.
And the University of Florida now has an online tool using projections by the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration that shows what happens to our coastal neighborhoods as the sea rises. It's not pretty. The neighborhood that much of it goes underwater in less than 20 years. What do you think when you see that?
I think that's very shocking because this is the first I'm seeing of this. Very shocking.
It's definitely possible.
And shocking and scary.
Shamal and Kylie's Boynton Beach neighborhood isn't right on the water, but close enough to be 20% covered by the ocean by 2040 and nearly gone 20 years after that.
People are going to lose their homes, their places to live, places to work.
It can be easy to say this is still years off, I don't need to worry. Or say, I don't live right on the ocean, so why worry? But consider this Delray Beach street. If the sea level keeps rising by 2040, this street could be gone and the sea will be moving inland. A neighbor shared these photos with me of what happens to her Delray Street right now during late summer rainstorms. The water has to be pumped out by the city.
It's undeniable that sea level is rising, and it's going to continue to rise for our lifetimes. And this is going to present a problem, an increasing problem for coastal communities.
National Hurricane Center storm surge expert Jamie Rome says Floridians no longer dismiss rising sea levels because they see the effects getting worse. What lies ahead? Raising the roads, building barriers against the rising sea, even moving infrastructure inland. The cost, billions of dollars to protect the way we live.
It's beginning to have an impact on what we do. The time for beginning to plan for the future impacts is long gone. And so we're starting from behind the starting line.
Concerning those 2 bills the governor just signed into law, one is a plan to protect against sea level rise. The other is how to pay for it. Every Democrat and every Republican in Tallahassee voted for that legislation.